I'm Carolina Schmid from Pilates Swiss, and I'm giving teacher tips for Pilates and yoga teachers. And at Pilates Swiss, we use the visceral approach to Pilates and yoga teaching, and that basically is that every single movement has a breathe in or a breathe out associated to it. It causes you to have to teach better, and it's part of the visceral style. So if you have enjoyed one of our teacher training workshops or are planning on taking a teacher training workshop, this is kind of a parallel service or idea platform for Pilates and yoga teachers. And so what we have at Pilates Swiss for Pilates and yoga teacher is something called our teacher training tool. And one of the teacher training exercises that I want to look at with you right now is the classical exercise SAW. So SAW is done differently depending on how you've learned it, and indeed Pilates apostles, his students, wrote down the breathing cues for SAW differently. And the biggest difference in SAW, this SAW, is that you're going to get people go directly into the flexion. And so there's also some students of Pilates who did it in a more slowly broken down cueing pattern, and I'm going to do that one right now. So we're going to do a movement with every breath. So first of all, in the teacher tool for SAW, we're going to be looking at alignment, breath, goal, and modification. So just like I do at yoga, I move my upholstery, so I'm sitting up in axial elongation. You can offer your clients the opportunity to bend their knees. If your client is short in the hamstring, much rather than putting yoga blocks or rolling up a mat underneath their bum, just bend their knees so that their spine is in axial elongation. It just saves you a lot of moving around and moving your stuff. So in Pilates and yoga, I'm always interested in what's happening with the core, the vertebrae, and appendages are secondary in their importance. So I'm in axial elongation. I'm extending my spine energetically as if a small child is running towards me. Or if Carolina were running towards you, you would throw open your arms and go into axial elongation. So I want you to go ahead and turn without moving your feet or your pelvis. And then you're going to bring your back thumb down, and you're going to get that little pinky finger on the outside of your little pinky toe. And then you're going to roll up right here. And this is where it's different in different styles of SAW. And then you're going to return. So I want you to inhale, rotate to the side. I want you to exhale and let your little finger go on the outside of your toe. Your back thumb is down. You're going to inhale, come on back up again. And you're going to exhale, return. I'm going to inhale and rotate and mobilize my spine. I'm going to exhale, and I'm not laying my belly on my leg. I'm really scooping. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to roll myself taller than I came in majestically. And I'm going to exhale, return. And now I'm going to add a little modification for those who like. I'm going to inhale, rotation, modification. Exhale, I'm going to soften 3, 2, 1. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to roll up majestically like a swan coming out of the water. And I'm going to exhale and return. So let me break down the Pilates Swiss teacher tool for the SAW. Now, I know that different schools do their SAWs directly. We did it with one more breath. Depending on which student or which apostle wrote down their notes for SAW, it is done differently. But the first thing I did is I said the alignment. And basically the alignment for your yoga asana or your Pilates exercise is you conveying to your client how they're supposed to be positioned and the movement. So in this case, I said axial elongation, move your meat from your butt to the way, and you want to sit up tall, and axial elongation is our way of conveying neutral. It's not just upright, it's not just neutral, it's active, like you're an opera singer. It's an energetic alignment of all the joints. And then I said rotate to the side without moving your pelvis or feet. And then I said turn your back thumb down, and your little baby pinky is going to go on the outside of your leg. And then you're going to roll up like come on back up, and then you're going to return. I didn't say anything about the breath. The breath came next because it's alignment, and then comes breath. So I said inhale, rotation, exhale, scoop, inhale, roll up taller than you came in, and exhale, return. And then I want to tell the client, participant, person in my personal training what the point of each of these things is. So on the inhale, I'm rotating, mobilizing. On the exhale, I'm not letting my belly flop onto my leg. I'm scooping like crazy, and I'm drawing my abs in. I'm going to inhale, I'm going to roll up taller than I came in, and I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to return. And so I'm telling now, during that cycle, what the point of all these breath movements are. And the final one, of course, in the Pilates Swiss tool is modification. And the modification in the classical saw, regardless if you go directly into the flexion or not, is to saw. So it'd be inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, return. So this is an example of Pilates Swiss teaching tool, alignment breath, goal of the exercise and modification. If you start teaching like this, your clients are not going to be pausing and looking and losing 15 minutes of their class while you explain it. It has the benefit of everybody staying in movement and nobody sitting there getting cold, and everybody being very clear and very safe. And the other thing that I want to give you with this exercise saw, physical therapists traditionally had panic attacks when they saw because it's that classical rotation and flexion, like taking your case of beer out of the trunk of your car. But if you look at it from the visceral Pilates stability side, you have a beautiful mobilization. You have that twisting rotation that gets our organ function revved up, which is so pivotal to the visceral concept, what your visceral system is doing, what your organs are doing. And for us girls, the saw gets that muffin top. I noticed that H&M is selling underpants in hipster level. Saw, because that muffin top, it's a danger. So I'm Carolina Schmid. This is a Pilates Swiss teacher tip, our teacher tool, alignment, breath, goal, and modification. I'm keen for your feedback. I'm keen for your feelings and thoughts. You can link, swipe, follow, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again on the next Pilates Swiss teacher tip.